it's great to have all of you here. I'm not sure it's out of the cold that much, but it feels a little bit chilly in here, but it's great to have everybody here. I have a feeling after everybody starts to talk, the hot air will come in. You know, the governor and I have been doing many of these town hall meetings all over the state, and he's going to talk about it. I just want to tell you quickly what the order is, and then we can get going. And I apologize for being a little late tonight. First of all, I'm going to ask all of your elected officials to please stand up. Your town council and your Board of Education members. Please stand. Let's give them a round. And I apologize, I have not seen all of your legislative people, but I know, I think that, oh yes, there's our representative, Kathy Abercrombie, who just walked in. Let's give her a round of applause. I know that Representative David Zoni's in the room someplace. Let's give him a round of applause. I think our state senator, where's you? Okay, Dante Bartolomeo's in the room someplace, they told me. I'll give her a round of applause. And I don't know if Phil Santiago or everybody else in Bell is here, but let's give him a round of applause anyway. So, let me just explain how this is going to go. I'm going to leave this podium soon, but I'm going to introduce your mayor. And then what we're going to do, the mayor is going to introduce the governor. I'm going to go over to someplace over there, and the microphone is going to be over there, so it's all to your right. What I'm going to do is, many of you have filled out this form, I am going to call up two names. The first name will come up and speak first, and then the second name, and I will call for another name after that. We will stay for, the governor will be answering questions he's going to give a small introduction of himself and what he wants to talk about, but we would ask you all to please come up as quickly as possible, ask the questions so the governor can answer it, so we can get all these questions answered. I am now going to move over to the other side and become the old Van der White. Yeah. Okay. So I'm old but not Van der White. It's okay. But let me now introduce the man who is going to introduce our governor, your new mayor, and man that's been working very hard. Where are you? I mean, Santos. There you are. Come on up.
On behalf of the city of Meriden and its citizens, welcome, a very warm welcome to everyone. Welcome to all the elected officials, guests, Lieutenant Governor, and of course the Governor. After being sworn in and taking office, as you might guess, I had a lot of opportunities to be in the paper. And one time I get a phone call. I received a phone call, and it was a friend of mine. And she said that she had just seen a picture of me in the paper and how excited she was. It was a great picture. So and I normally get a lot of, I get a number of papers, newspapers, so I'm flipping through a record journal and I don't see it there. I'm not sure what she was talking about. So I called her back and then realized that she lives in Hartford. I'm like, oh, maybe it's in the Hartford Current. So I opened up the Hartford Current and I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, there it is. And I asked her, by the way, dear, did you read the caption? That's the governor. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, our governor, Malloy. Happy to be here. How are you? You have been introduced and applauded. I just want you to know. You don't get it twice. This crowd, you get introduced once. It's great to be with you. Just say a few things and then take an hour's worth of questions.
Thank you, Mayor, for the introduction. Great to be here in Meriden. I had a wonderful and strong working relationship with your predecessor. Certainly want to do the same with you in Meriden. Try to get the projects which have been highlighted and put forward to move jobs and business development forward. Certainly want to work with you on that, with the council and all of the state representatives. A couple quick things, and then we'll get to work on the questions. Happy to be here. Happy to be still standing 3 years or 3.5 years after having been elected. You know, I inherited the role of governor in the state of Connecticut the year that we had our largest per capita deficit. Actually, it was the largest per capita deficit in the nation at $3.6 billion, the largest. And 3 years later, we have a $500 million surplus. When I was elected governor, there were no dollars, $0 in the rainy day fund. The rainy day fund had been built all the way up to $1.7 billion. Every dollar had been spent, and it was entirely gone the year that I was elected. This July 1st, we should have $550 million in the rainy day fund. The job creation numbers up here on the board say 40,000 private sector jobs were created. That number is now in excess of 50,000 private sector jobs that have been created in the state of Connecticut. We're very proud of that. Now, having said all of that, that's only progress. It's not the final point. We want to be a more business-friendly community. We want to attract more jobs and economic growth. We want to improve education from pre-K through 12, through graduate school, college and graduate school. These are important long-term investments. We also need to continue to invest in our transportation system. So we have big plans for the state of Connecticut as we collectively move our state forward. After all, prior to Nancy and I becoming lieutenant governor and governor, Connecticut had had no net job growth over a 22-year period of time. And now we can celebrate real job growth in the state of Connecticut, as well as a budget which is now in balance, and we're cutting taxes for the first time in a while. So we're happy with all of that, but there's still a lot of work to do, and so I'll handle questions or take comments and look forward to it, and I'll turn it over to the best friend you could ever have, the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Connecticut, who, I should point out, was responsible for overseeing our introduction of the Affordable Care Act. No other state in the nation has done a better job with its Affordable Care Act implementation than the state of Connecticut. No state is even coming close to the numbers or percentage of the entire uninsured community that we're reaching here in the state of Connecticut. And that was done and led by our Lieutenant Governor.
That's pretty good. Thanks, Miles. Thank you. Let me first apologize ahead of time if I mess up anybody's name. I didn't mean to do it, but I'm not very good at that. So the first